again, I could be out with a group of people that I thought that, you know what I'm saying, she was cool, then I see it's a little weird. I'm finna stay quiet until I figure out what's the energy, and I'm gonna be on point and watch it just to make sure I'm good. So even in her scenario, walking through a crowd of y'all, it wasn't no, you saw her, she saw you, it wasn't never a break of the tension. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have to, you gonna watch how you tread. And then once she saw you spoke to her mama, that's what she gathered enough courage to say, you did great. Now, you might not have heard it, but I think that she was trying, I really believe that there was no malicious intent in her going to your thing. I really think that she came for support. The only way I would feel like she didn't come for support is if she heckled you, or if she tried to start some shit with y'all while she was there, or she came back and she drugged the show on the internet and tried to make fun of your performance. Not only did she go, she didn't bother nobody, and then she got back on the internet and said you did a great job. So it don't look like her intentions were malicious at all.
Give me those clips.
Can I add to that?
I've been here.
I was in there, Netra.
Every clip I heard, I'm not saying she didn't say it, just like I'm not going to say she didn't speak. Because T-Boz, her word is credible, not nosy. They said she spoke. So she could have been speaking while I was speaking to her mom. I get that. Good. I hear you, Slim. I hear you loud and clear. At the end of the day, something you just said did happen. She did come back to the internet and drug me. Now, I know a lot of people saying she did it after I called her mom pathetic. Hey, I give her that too. But I call a bunch of bullshit on this, and I'm not going to give up the fact that I think her intentions were not good. All this aftermath, I will give her the after. But when you go to a doctor's office, it's always a chief complaint, the beginning. I'm talking about the starting point. The woman talked about me 2 days prior to my event. 2 days prior. So her coming and seeing me as soon as she got there and not speaking, what was the intentions at that point? I get what y'all saying, but everybody was sitting down. We were already there. Everybody was grooving. We were laughing, having fun. She was not in an uncomfortable position. Nobody sized her up or her mom. So what about the beginning?
She was sized up when they were still trippers. So regardless if she was sized up at the time you felt, the moment somebody said that tripper, it was sized up.
That was said at the end, wasn't it, T?
When that was said.
All of this happened at the end.
No, she wasn't even around when that was said. It doesn't
matter if she was around.
No, but you can't say that. No, she wasn't around. All she heard was, what she heard was, "Who is that? I know you fucking lying." And she was already past everybody. She had passed me. She was leaving.
Hold on.
It was said. So when you say something like "let's trip somebody," you sizing them up already in your mind before you thinking of let's tripping them. So regardless of when you said it and how it was said, you said it, which means your intentions wasn't pure. The moment that you said "let's trip somebody,"
of course,
you was on that. You was on that one thing.
Here's the thing. I'm not Netra's representative. I don't speak for her. My intentions are not pure at all. I don't fuck with her. And she's quite, and she knows that.
That's what she said.
And she knows that. Exactly. So of course, I mean, I don't give a damn how she feels about what I said or how the energy I was giving her.
But that was her point. That proves her point.
That's the energy.
That's what she said. She said there were people around her that aren't too fond of me, that I don't feel, and she had a right to, because if a person gonna say
that woman came to record this. She came to record Netra.
They're surrounded by her. What do you mean?
Coming to somebody's show to record them is not support. I don't know what support looks like to y'all, but to just sit there, record, okay, not speak, not to tap a shoulder or nothing, to somebody that you claiming to support. You came to get footage. You came to get content. It didn't matter if Brady was like, "Hey, why don't you come up? Let's see it if you got it." It doesn't matter however it was presented. She was there to record. She's a blogger. That's it. That's all.
Fellowship and support look totally different. She ain't come to fellowship with y'all, but she came to support.
Well, we were all.
I think that's you can sit in the room and just watch.
That may be support for y'all, but for my auntie, that's not support.
No, we were all shocked. She came to do what she did. She was even there. We were shocked.
Some of them was in this position. It wouldn't be support for them either. Trust and believe.
I literally told you, I've been in the position before.
I promise you, some of these folks had an event that they were going to, and somebody had just cussed them out and disrespected them on the internet and showed up, I promise you they wouldn't be saying it's support. But it's me, and it's supposed to be support. But Clark, this shit, that's not the fucking support I want. It's weird behavior to me. It is very weird to me for somebody to show up at my event. Now, I ain't talking about the comic event, because even though that nigga drugged me, see, I didn't drag him. He drugged me. I still showed up at his event. I still spoke to him and all of that. To me, that's, it said remove, or I guess she's smoking. I don't know. It made me remove. To me, that's what support look like. Or even me coming up to you saying, hey, I know we might have bumped heads a couple of days, but you did good tonight. I enjoyed your show, blah, blah, blah. That's what support look like. You can't make it come back to this internet, because what it's trying to give is that it was a bunch of bullies in the room and she just was uncomfortable. That's not true. But that's what it's given. Shell, Bright Eye, none of us. The trip, even the trip situation, that was said after the fact, after she walked through and didn't speak to nobody. So Bright Eye getting drugged for that, and that's after the fact. My thing is this: everybody could learn something in this whole situation. But I will tell y'all, I do have true supporters around me. I do have people around me that truly support me. So if you're gonna cuss me out and call me bitches and stuff on the internet and show up at my shows, leave that seat empty. I'd rather not see you there. That's just the truth. Because this support that y'all give out here, that's not what support look like from where I come from.
This the point where I think a lot of people be like, it's different by seeing a situation and saying that I don't think she was there to be malicious. Now, can I say these things? It was bad timing. Yes, it would have made somebody uncomfortable. Hell yeah, you could have took that shit as a threat. All kind of it. But by observing her actions and what she did do in that moment, that's the reason why I would say she wasn't malicious. Now, is it bad timing? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, it was bad timing. Bad timing and fuck shit. We just been getting into it, know what I'm saying? You pop out, know what I'm saying? I don't know what type of time you on. I can honestly say that, and I can agree with you on that. But do I think that by what she did while she was there, I can say that I don't believe that she had no ill intent in her heart, because she was there and she just came to be there to be there to support that. What she said she came to do, she came and she said the video, she said you did great. Know what I'm saying? All of that. Bad timing plays a big part into this shit, even for your feelings and maybe even for her own uncomfort. It's bad timing. Y'all had no conversation prior to her showing up to your event to say, hey, you know, I really don't want to do this. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't had nothing. It just, boom, we in this shit, pop up, know what I'm saying? Because I still like you. We going through something, but I still fuck with you. And then, you know, that ain't the way that, I wouldn't advise nobody to move like that. That's the easy way to get yourself fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's what plays a bigger factor into it, the timing of when things happen.
So,
and Netra, I will say this.
Into perspective exactly who Shaded is, right? She's not loud on the app. She's not boisterous on the app. She's very soft-spoken on the app. She's soft-spoken in person. It is what it is. So, Slim, we will never have the expectation that she's going to come in there and turn up, because that's just not who she is. That's one part. The second part is who we all know her to be, is a blogger. She blogs and records information, right? The third thing I want to put into perspective is that the people from the event actually asked several people, including myself, not to record, to put our phones away, right? But in spite of that, she still sat there and recorded, not showed up and supported and clapped and laughed, right? But pulled out her phone and recorded Netra's event, right? So all of these things have to be put into the proper context. All of that y'all are saying, I get it. That's all what ifs. But when you're dealing with the facts of what is, Shaded is a blogger. She came in there. She had her phone out in spite of being asked not to. She pushed record on her phone to record somebody's show, right? And inevitably, the show was used, the recording on her phone was used in conjunction with dragging Netra. That's inevitably what happened.
Okay, I can respect that, Michelle. I didn't know that she was acting not to record. But I will say this, Ms. Netra. Once there was something negative said about your event through Shaded, I did say to Shaded, if you felt that way, regardless if Netra said something about your mother, she said something about you saying anything negative about her event, it comes off as that's how you already felt. I told her that. So don't think for a second when there's something that she did do that I felt like it was flawed. I didn't tell her. I made that very clear to her in my panel. When you put that video up and you put her boring show or whatever, that's shady. And the fact that you put that up is something inside of you that felt that way already. Because at the end of the day, if I like you and I think that you did a good job, I'm going to stick to that you did a good job, even if we fall out. I'm not going to then later say that shitty ass show, because I thought you actually did good in the show. And I did explain that to her. I did tell her that that was flawed, and that's something that you shouldn't have said if you didn't want to look like it was ill. So don't think for a minute if there's something that she did do that I felt like was out of line and out of order. I didn't say to her, because I absolutely did say that to her, that she should have never put that video up and threw shade or shots at you. I do believe that may, and I explained to her the optics of what that may look like to you.
Let me clear up something else. T-Baz, you were there. Bright Eye, you were there. The comment cousins that were there when I was live streaming, what was told on a microphone and by the security that walked up when we were recording the show? What was told? What was said?
No recording, no live streaming.
Yeah, they said it endlessly, and then they said, basically they said no recording.
People were being
That people are saying.
They said no
It was
recording.
said on the microphone by one of the
And on the live
comedians that
stream.
came up. It was said on the microphone by one of the comedians that came up. And what followed up the comedian was a security that walked up to ensure that everybody's phones was put away.
But you guys were like,
The thing that I'm not going to come to the app and do, y'all, is lie on nobody about anything under any circumstances.
so is it possible
Don't
if she
take
came
that
late?
not to record. ShadedBySlay, I'm sure she'll be truthful as tell.
I mean,
They
if she,
said
it
no
could it be
recording.
possible if she said she got there late, she didn't hear that, and when she saw you guys live streaming, she assumed that it was okay?
No.
She was there. If she tell the truth, ShadedBySlay knows. There was even a woman that came through the crowd and was walking and saying it. They were in there.
Yes.
ShadedBySlay heard. See, the thing is, let me tell y'all what late is. I don't know what late is for Shaded, but we got there at like 7:30. I didn't go up to almost 10:30. Shaded was there an hour and a half, 2 hours. Like, for real. So she keeps saying like she came late and walked in, and it was time. If ShadedBySlay will tell the truth, her and her mom sat there 2 hours. 2.
When the show had already started.
2. I went to the bathroom.
Yeah, the show had already. The show had already started. Yes, ma'am. We were all there when she got there. So, granted, we were there before her, but she was still there to see at least 15, 20 comedians prior to Netra ever going on the stage. The situation with the cameras happened about 3 comedians before Netra went on the stage. So she was absolutely in there. It was obvious. It was there. One of the comedians actually made a big deal out of it. He started trying to go back and forth with my man because he thought my man was the one recording and it was me. And the comedian on the stage, on the microphone, started kind of hackling my man back and forth about the phone. That's when the security walked up. Shada was absolutely in there. And some of them still being slick just for Netra's live, right? And we were still able to kind of sneak the phone out and stream from Miss Netra's live for her supporters. And so even with that being said, the people in the live can also verify that they heard all of these conversations taking place.
Okay, and I just want to say, a lot of people in the comments are saying, well, y'all was streaming. They were streaming with a purpose and intention. While she was streaming was a different intention.
We were streaming to Netra's live.
Regardless of if we were streaming or not,
Let me say this,
they weren't
Top Shelf, there's a
streaming.
big difference.
They weren't streaming to blog.
There's a difference. There's a difference.
huge
No, if they ask not to, no. If they ask not to stream, nobody
I'm gonna
respected
do it too.
that
I do
rule.
it too in places like that. Streaming it so we can make comment on it and critique it. But the point being made, listen. I don't have a dog. You can't use that.
Hold on. I'm trying to say, I want to give some clarity. I'm trying to go somewhere, and they need stage performance where I'm trying to go. I won't say where I'm trying to go, but Slim them know. So I don't have a portfolio. I could go on the strength of me being a roaster, but they don't even know who I'm fucking roasting from the internet. So, yes, we were doing some under the table shit, but I'm trying to get footage of me. You know what I'm saying? So the people that's with me, yeah, we're trying to stream me because I'm on a mission. So, like, truthfully, I'm on a mission, and I need clips and I need all presentation. I need stage presentation. I need a lot of stuff for me to get to where I'm trying to go. So when we're doing this, like now, 6 Footer told me I can record, but can it only be me? We can't record the whole show. So when I go back now, we have permission to record when I come up on the stage. So yes, we were streaming. We were sneaking after they said it, because I've already told them I got to get some stage. I got to get some stage stuff. I got to be seen on stage. They want to see it. They want to. Bray King, I don't give a fuck what you're saying down there. Be cute and not too common.
The only reason why,
like, I'm giving him a chance to be in my comment section, but I don't know where you going with your reality. But the same way you believe in yourself, I believe in me. Okay, so if I got people with me and I say, y'all, they want to see this, that's me. You believe in yourself, brother. Believe in yourself, because I damn sure believe in me. Now, respectfully, so that's what we're doing. We're getting footage of Netra, because Netra had it somewhere.
And on the back of that, Netra, let me say this. There were about 15 of us there supporting you. There was one person streaming on your behalf. The other 14 of us did not think, even though we are real supporters, never thought to pull out our phone and record your show.
okay, so can I use it as a point, and I think that's the issue that people are having in the comments. I respect why it was streamed. I respect that wholeheartedly. She needs to get her footage. My daughter recorded her birth and she wasn't supposed to. Okay, goddamn it, we do what you got to do. But it was used as a talking point that the rules were set. So if you saying the rules were set and yet you broke those same rules, I think that it shouldn't have been used as a talking point, because it's saying, well, they said no streaming, yet we streamed even though they told us not to.
Okay, again, let me explain why
There's nothing wrong with why you stream.
Let me explain why I used it as a talking point. When you go to David Chappelle's comedy show, there's cameras all around, right? There's cameras all around for his production purposes. His production team have the cameras. They will take your cell phones in there if they catch you recording, because he's asked people not to record. You see the difference? You see the correlation in the two? Netra is asking to be streamed for her own specific personal purposes.
I understand.
That doesn't give anybody else permission in the room.
Still went against the rules that you use. I don't care if she streamed tonight. I don't give a shit. Like, I'm not tripping about her streaming for herself. But your point will be null and void if you're saying they announced nobody stream, yet we stream. It's okay. It's nothing wrong with that.
No, my point isn't even about the rules. My point is about a supporter coming and recording somebody else's show that you claim to support. That's my point, right? All of Netra's real supporters that were there, none of us have a recording on our phone of Netra's show. That's my point.
And we go to this seemed like right
and
now.
if you didn't bring back to the internet to drag me with it.
We playing. It's a lot of these arguments to prove her intent. Know what I'm saying? Is all like real petty ass arguments. Feel me? Because from nobody said what she did that was malicious yet. Feel me? There's not been anything malicious done at that place. We've discovered nothing malicious to say she didn't come just to support.
She could have had intent, malicious intent, Slim.
I mean, if you had
she
malicious
did not
intent,
do anything.
And I disagree, Slim. That's the whole point of me saying that she recorded the show. I feel like it was done maliciously because inevitably that same recording was used just 2 days ago on somebody's live to bash Netra. So you can't say that there was no
live stream. The live stream was used to bash Netra. They took the live stream. They screen recorded the live stream, put it on the blog, and used that live stream to bash Netra.
The other day, T-Time,
but Kevin Comic took you guys to stream.
T-Time, I get that, but respectfully, the live that I watched 2 days ago, Shaded was in the box. Shaded was playing her phone and her footage, and it was from her view. It wasn't the live stream at all. It was her personal recording.
The personal live stream was also used to bash Netra.
No, I understand that. That's not my argument. My argument is to Slim about intent. We're talking about intent. And my whole point in her using the recording that she was asked not to even have, and to then turn around and use that exact recording to come onto a live and use it to bash and allow others to bash, to me speaks to intent.
But did she also posted and was bashing Netra? Like this wasn't just a live. It was she posted a whole.
Doesn't respond, and I told her that was wrong. She did it. She did not.
So we're acknowledging that she did bash her.
Absolutely.
Afterwards. Okay.
Absolutely. It was said that her mother and her were pathetic. However, prior to that, she didn't go straight to the internet. She didn't post the video the next day. The next morning, she wasn't the first to try to post it to get everybody to come to her video because it was, mind you, she was there. She could have posted it immediately right after the show was over so that she can get the most views because she got the full raw footage. She did not do that. She didn't go home and upload it. She didn't wake up in the next morning and upload it. She didn't use the footage. And she didn't though. She didn't do that.
Hold on. I hate to Shaded. When I said Shaded and her mom was pathetic, I was responding. Because my thing is this: you came back to the internet and she talked about me. She did. I responded and said, how you come back to the internet dragging and talking about me? She had been all over your panel. When I called her mom empathetic, you had already chastised her, and all this stuff had already came to me.
No, it didn't. No. When she got on my panel,
they told me,
it was already said.
I heard that you asked her, why did she come? Why did you? I heard that. Now this could be hearsay, but I heard that you asked her, why did she come? Why did you go?
No. Other people started asking her. I defended her. I was the one that was saying I can understand if she was trying to support. She had already went live. She went live on her own after you had said the pathetic part. She held the live. We were streaming the live because she was arguing with these TikTok streets about a video, right? She came over there. I talked to TikTok Street. She came over there, and in that, it came up about the show. I think somebody had brought it up, and she said she went off on you because she went off on you as well in that live. And I was like, and I just shaking my head. But that was, she said in that live that you had called her mother pathetic. That's what she had said in the live. So then when she came over there, she said that's why she called my mom. She called my mom pathetic, and that's when I told her, well, it still could be shady. Even if she called your mom pathetic, it still could be seen as shady. You posting that video and saying that it was a boring show. So it was already said. Now again, initially in the beginning, prior to that, she hadn't showed your video. She hadn't showed anything prior to that until she did get on Braid Live. Braid has. They brought it up. She did not bring up your comedy show. I was in the panel.
Let me say this: me calling her mom pathetic and her pathetic, and for some y'all down there, I'm telling you, I responded. Me calling her and her mom pathetic was a response. All this bullshit that's going on the internet, I could have my timeline wrong. I'm not too ashamed to say, because Braid, your bitch ass been on it too many days. So, bitch, you might be the reason why all this shit boggled, because your bitch ass all over the place with my name in your mouth. So, T, I can stand to be corrected on that part. But I will say this: my first response was a response. So, when you got so many people, these bitches on this clipboard with this big ass pencil, yeah, my timeline might be a little off. But I will let you know this: I responded.
Hey,
yeah, so I didn't hear anything back. I did not hear, and I'm just being honest. When we was in Braid Live, because the first thing I heard when I woke up in the morning was another live, and they were talking about you, and I scrolled out, right? Because I feel like, Netra, you did something, you put your mind in something. It's very hard. I told you, I'm a spoken word artist. It's very hard to get your ass up on stage in front of, I don't care if it's one person or two people, and do what you got to do and be judged and picked apart by those people. So I don't agree with that. I don't agree with seeing somebody get on stage and shaming them, especially when they did something that other people don't have the balls to do themselves, right? So when I saw you being talked about, I got out the line. When I went in Braid Live and Braid asked about the show, how the show went, I heard some people say, oh, okay, they were saying different reviews. I said, I don't think she did bad. I think Netra's funny. Shaded, they asked Shaded. They said, Shaded, you went. How was it? Shaded said it was a good show. She said, I think she did good. And then her service, you could see the little bar, her service started acting up. She dropped out the panel. When she dropped out the panel, I ended up leaving. So I don't know what happened after that.
I don't really think y'all got. I think y'all energy towards each other has more people in the middle of it than it actually is between y'all.
I never had a problem with her. I'm telling you,
Exactly, and
I
she's
never
saying the
had a
same
problem
shit.
with Shaded.
She's saying the same shit. I don't think that y'all really have a real issue.
I think she's influenced, but I'm not easily influenced. I think she's influenced not to like me, because I'm gonna tell you the truth. I've never had a problem with ShadedBySlay, ever had a problem with her. So I do think that people gang up and they're influenced to be in bullshit, because I never had a problem with ShadedBySlay.
I'm being real with you. I don't think she even influenced. I think that you.
Well, Slim, can I not have my own words?
I'm just disagreeing. That's all.
Okay.
I'm just disagreeing. But you know what I'm saying? I don't think that she being influenced. I think that it's shit that's happening, and it's people in the middle kind of like keeping the shit going. Versus what, because she keeps saying, I don't have a problem with Miss Netra and I don't hate everybody in FOE. You saying that you don't have a problem with her. Know what I'm saying?
I said I never had a problem. I got one now.
That's what I'm saying. But beforehand,
I didn't, but I do now.
Right,
Respect.
beforehand,
need y'all to
you never
keep it
had one, so I think that it's something missing to how y'all end up with a problem.
Let me just say this, y'all. Please power tap that screen. Go ahead and get your heart me's, gift the host. But also, keep it respectful down in these comments. Because if you can give your opinion all day, but if you're disrespectful, you get mute and you might get blocked.
Right.
Respectfully.
I think if y'all can have...
Because nobody's trying to disrespect y'all, but I'm not going to let no nigga that's been coming through here every day. You are part of the reason why all this controversy is going on the internet, because you won't sit your ass down and be a man. So I'm going to speak over here. See, all these platforms get to talk and drag and throw my name all around, but over here, I'm going to say what I want to say. He's the reason why a lot of this shit going on, because he a nigga that don't know how to stay in a nigga place, respectfully. So I'm going to tell the bitch how I feel over here on this platform, like they tell my bitch ass over there. So some of this shit wouldn't be going on if men would stay in men fucking places and stop arguing with all these women every fucking day. Sassy bitch. That's the truth. When men start getting in men positions and stop fucking with these women every day. Let women be women with your weak ass. Let women be women. We do this shit. Hormones all over the place. But when you got your sassy bitch ass in the middle of it, nigga, be a man. Let men do men shit. Men don't fucking beat up on women. Do manly shit, nigga. Give a fuck what your position in life feels. Do some manly shit. Stop fucking with women all day. Because ain't nobody gonna tell your bitch ass. But I will. Grow up. Grow up. All you want to do is see a bunch of black women fucking fight. Grow up. You are the ringleader to this chaos on this fucking internet. One of the ringleaders. Smacked, if it's not positive enough for you, then you can escort out and come back when it is. But right now, it's not. Respectfully. Y'all used to this shit. That part.
Do you think that y'all could actually have a conversation, Ms. Netra?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with ShadedBySlay at all.
I think that would
I will
resolve a lot of
apologize
this
for
shit.
calling her mama pathetic. But at the end of the day, the same way she feel about her mom, my kids feel that same way about their mother. My daughter down there fighting and swinging hard. You hear me? So at the end of the day, everybody want respect when it's them. But I deserve that same respect being somebody's mama too. I can have a conversation with Shada. I can clear this bitch out and talk to her because I don't have a problem with her. But I need to know which fence she riding.
So you need to know.
I'm finna block this bitch. Hold on. I got a second. Bitch, you finna have to come back on your other page, God's child. Because you can't be his child fucking with me today. Because if you were, he'd have told your bitch ass today, Netra not the one. Don't fucking play with me, God's child. Make another page and come back. You can't be his child. Not fucking with Netra in here today. Please. No, you'll have to come back the devil's child. Don't fuck with me today. Okay? Now go make you another page.
I think, yeah. Is Shady, is you still here? I think y'all should talk, because this really like, I don't see it being as serious as it's being blown out to be. It's making we making a whole lot of something out of nothing. There's something missing, but we trying to see where it all went wrong at. And everybody got their 2 cents on where it all went wrong at, but the only way we gonna actually be able to hear it and figure it out is if y'all was able to talk. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, the intention and all the extra shit, you can't figure none of that shit out without actually having somebody be able to speak for themselves.
And can we please talk without bringing up her and Good Yellow? That's all I'm asking.
I think that's only reason why I think it's gonna come out is she gonna speak where that's what I think that's where the disagreement initially started. From whatever happened about that.
Well, let her say that. All my auntie is saying right now, don't talk about men. Shit.
Bro, I'm not even talking to you.
Well, I'm talking. I'm just saying. I'm not even talking to you.
Well, I'm gonna drop now, so if
You ain't got to.
You ain't got to drop.
Can I make a statement as well, Miss Netra? Just because I see things another way, and I'm not saying it to you, I'm saying it to the people. People always think, you've had different opinion with me, I have different opinion. It doesn't mean we don't like each other. And I think people don't understand that you could care about a person and not agree or see things in another vantage point. This app is very, very it's messy, and we're part of the mess at times, right? But sometimes people can poke and poke and poke and make things worse than what it is when we can just looking from another perspective. If I actually care about Netra, I'm not going to say something just to make her feel better if it can be looked at in another way. Because this can also be a part of her growth, my growth, our growth. And I'm not here to stunt nobody's growth. I think that there's an opportunity to look at things from another perspective, and if she takes it, she takes it. If she doesn't, she doesn't. It doesn't mean that a person is on a hate train with her, because I have no malice toward her. Somebody said that I spoke against her with the Kev situation. I absolutely didn't. I actually defended her. Who she sent out, how she went about things. She didn't go. So don't lie on me. I also actually defended Kevin. I did say there were some things that he probably shouldn't have done. However, I don't think he's a predator. So please don't lie on me. Please don't make up things about me, because that's the problem on this fucking app. If a person has a difference of opinion with a person that y'all care about, then they don't like you, or they're on the hate train. And that's just not the world that we live in. It's okay to see things in a different way.
Right. No, T, I don't think you have a problem with me. I don't. I feel like you have a strong opinion as well as me. I don't think we don't bump heads because we don't agree. Like T-Time don't agree with me all the time. I don't agree with T-Time. But there are times where we agree with one another. That I don't think T-Time has, I don't feel that. I think sometimes I do say it, and she done heard me say it. I think sometimes T-Time can drag it out, but that's her opinion. But she fights same way with me. She probably feel like I drag